Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, and our show today is the Majorca Connection. We are continuing our episode about powering up your brain. This is part 2. If you missed part 1, please go to our YouTube channel, USA Global TV and Radio. The star of our show is Mr. Roland Friedl. He and I just finished a brand new pilot for our new show called It's Your Healthy Lifestyle. Roland is literally rolling through Europe in his motorhome, experiencing life as a wireless rocks advocate. So if you're interested in learning more about how to have a wireless life, how to power up your brain, how to have a healthy lifestyle, please do reach out to Roland. He'll be sharing his contact information. Let's welcome him to the show and find out where in the world he is today. Hello, Roland.
Hello, Dr. Jacalyn. Great to see you again.
Great to see you as well. Where in the world are you today?
I'm in Portugal in a small village called Tomar, which is very famous, a very historical city. It's the Temple Knights city, and they have a very nice historic old center. And the World Heritage UNESCO is the Convento de Cristo. So on the castle, there's a huge convent, a huge church, a huge convent. It's kind of monastery, and it's beautiful here. Yeah.
So thanks for sharing that, Roland. I've enjoyed your photographs, and I think it's wonderful to be able to feel like we're with you in some way and see what you're looking at. How do you decide where you're going to go and how long you're going to stay?
How to decide? Well, first of all, I make a plan of what I would like to see, because you never see everything in a country. It's impossible. So I decided to spend about more or less 3 months in Portugal to see most of it. So I pick it up, but I look some YouTube videos. I go I Google some stuff, sightseeing in Portugal, what you have to see or stuff like that. So I make a plan more or less. I talk to other people I met on the road. So many places and spots I visited in the past, and I will also see the next 2 or 3 weeks. Just people that I met on the road who said, "Hey, have you been there? Have you been there? You have to see this. You have to see that." For example, a few weeks ago, I met a guy who also, his name is Roland, from Cologne, and you have to say, yeah, you don't have to go to the N2, this Portuguese Route 66. I never heard about it before. So I Googled it and said, oh, cool, let's do it. So I'm very flexible, actually. I'm very flexible. I use some commercial. I use Google Maps, and I say, okay, does it fit where to go? But I don't drive long distances every day. And how long I stay? Well, depending on my mood. So I have more or less a route, which is flexible too, but the time limit is very flexible. So sometimes I said, I have in my head, let's go for 1 or 2 nights, and then I spend maybe 5 nights or even 2 weeks or 3 weeks that it happened to. And sometimes I go into a place, I don't like it, and after an hour I leave again. So yeah, depending on different.
That's really interesting. And I think it's a good segue into our topic, which is a continuation, as I mentioned from last week, about powering up your brain. So you're constantly in a new environment, and you have to acclimate, you have to assess what's going on around you. When you're driving in new terrain. And then, of course, you have your wonderful pets with you, and you have to take care of them. So we're going to be talking about powering up your brain. And in some cases, people get into this kind of cycle. They're they're on the hamster wheel and they're not actually curious, they're not interested in learning, but your brain's always on call. And I think that's really important that you're going to be sharing with us how we can power up our brains so that we can have curiosity and creativity flowing on a regular basis.
Absolutely, because from my own experience with my family, with my mom, who has a very bad dementia, so she even doesn't recognize me. She's physically totally healthy. I can do hours and hours walk with her when I visit her, but she doesn't know with whom she's walking. So she's totally dementia. So I know how important it is to not only be physically healthy, but also mentally, not mentally, but also that your brain is working properly, that you don't lose your memory and stuff like that. So it's very, very important. And you can do a lot of things like, not extreme like I, traveling a lot and always adapting new situations. This is really challenging for the brain. And by the way, I realized the last months that I need much more sleep to recover, because I always see new stuff and always have to adapt and stuff like that. But it's good. It's good. You have to challenge yourself all the time to stay fit in the comfort zone on the sofa, staying fit. And so, yes, and part of the brain is very, very important, that we really have a lot of fun when we're growing older, because it doesn't make sense when you work out at the gym and you're really fit and healthy, but you don't know what you're doing. You forget to train, you forget to eat, you forget who is around you. So the brain is also very, very important.
All right. I totally am in agreement with you. I'm excited for the rest of your presentation. Would you like to get started?
Yeah, bring it up.
Okay.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, last time we really went so deep in the first thing. So we talked about diet, different forms of diet. So just a quick recovery. Healthy food is very, very important. Fresh, healthy food is very, very important. Get rid of alcohol and sugar as much as possible. Doesn't make you don't have to avoid it totally, but really as less as possible. But as Dr. JACALYN said, you can also go to the recording on YouTube. Fasting, we talked about fasting, very, very healthy fasting. I love fasting, and we know from many, many scientific studies, fasting is very, very good for your brain, not only for the physical body, for the brain too. Then food supplements, we will talk at the end. Physical exercise, very, very important. Workout, when you only work out, you mean weightlifting, please also integrate some cardio. Walking, jogging, swimming, bicycling, physical exercise, very, very important. We know this from different studies. It's very, very important. So when we see people who are suffering from Alzheimer or dementia, they had a bad diet, most of all too much sugar, they didn't fast, and they didn't exercise at all, or not enough to worry about. So physical exercise is very important. And so what's missing from the last shows is shamanic exercise. So there are shamanic exercises too. If you're into this, I feel that it's really, really helpful. There are different kinds of shamanic exercise. I want to go too deep. There are a lot of literature out of that, but one of it is taking a shamanic bath too, meaning filling your tube with nice warm water and putting in salt. Actually, normally it's recommending a literal sea salt. I'm not a fan of sea salt because there's so much microplastics. I would use other salt like Himalaya salt or whatever salt. Then baking powder. In German we say natron baking powder. And the other ingredient that you should use is some people use lavender oil. I'm just Googling for the word, what it's called. It's but the best way is sage. You said sage, S-A-G-E, sage oil. Yeah, put some sage oil in. Taking a shamanic bath when you have a bath tube once a week. That's really very relaxing. It's also detoxing, helping your body to relax. Another shamanic exercise which needs a lot of practice, but is really, really exciting, is having so-called clear dreams. Meaning we're all dreaming. Some people remember, some people don't remember the dreams, but learn to remember your dreams and learn to direct your dreams in a direction you want to have them. It's very, very powerful for a good, fulfilling life. So what I mean is, whenever you wake up in the night, the older you get, maybe you get often to the life. Whenever you wake up in the night, the memory of the dream is still here. I figured out before I started that I have the memory when I wake up in the night, and when I don't write it down in the morning when I wake up, I forgot it. I don't know it. I remember that I had a dream, but I don't know what. So the thing is, remember your dreams, write it down. Very, very important. Always write it down, or maybe you have a voice recorder beside your bed. Write it down and then put away and sleep again. So learn remembering your dream. Secondly is take a stone, perfectly as a crystal, whatever, or take a stone that really feels nice in your hand, really nice and soft in your hand, a nice stone in your hand, or a crystal, whatever you prefer, and go to bed with the stone or this crystal. And then and hold the stone, and then you fall asleep, you sleep, and then it will happen that the stone gets out of your hand, and maybe when you move around in the bed, you feel the stone and you wake up. So, and then you take the stone again, and then you dream something. Write down your dream, and bring your stone to the dream. Okay. So bring your stone to the dream. So when I go back to fall asleep again, actually what I learned in my life is we cannot fall asleep. We only can give up being awake. Yeah, give up being awake with your stone again. Bring the stone in your dream, so that you see in your dream you're holding your stone. You're already sleeping, you're dreaming, and you dream that you're holding a stone. So bring your stone in your dream. But, yeah, and then you fall asleep, you're dreaming with your stone falls over your head, maybe you wake up again to it again and again. Learn to bring material stuff. And the best way is a soft stone, a soft stone that feels not an edgy one, yeah, a nice stone or a crystal in your hand, and learn to integrate to bring the stone in your dream. Because the next level, what you can do is that once you can direct your dreams or manipulate your dreams, that you say, okay, I'm the director of my dream, like a filmmaker. It's like making a movie. Yeah? I'm the director of my dream. And then you learn that you dream something positive. Okay, when you dream something negative, get out of it and say, no, I dream it the other way. Okay, I go back to this dream when I woke up. For example, you go for a pee and you have a bad dream. And I said, okay, when I fall asleep, I direct my dream in another direction. I'm not falling down with my car in the river when I still, no, I direct it that I drive this car safely at home. Okay, so try to learn to direct your dreams. And it's very, very powerful, a very powerful shamanic exercise. And you will see we'll have a much, much better life. Dream your life. Okay, it is incredible what you can do. I won't go to deep. If you want to learn more, contact us here in USA Global TV Radio. I can coach you on that. But it's fantastic. There are many shamanic exercises. It's very good for your brain to make your own dreams, direct your own positive dreams. Okay.
May I ask a question?
Please.
Yeah. So you mentioned a stone or a crystal. I know there are different types of crystals. I don't know what they all mean, but does it matter if you go outside and just pick up a stone, or you go on Amazon and order some kind of crystal?
Well, the point is when you pick up a stone maybe from the river that is washed, that is round and nice and soft, you can take this. When you're into crystals, then just Google what crystal fits to you. If you need a crystal that calms you down, or a crystal that gives you energy, or whatever, so every crystal has a meaning. Just Google the meanings of the different crystals. Important is that it's not sharp, So when you lie on it, that you don't hurt yourself. Okay, it's around the, there's also some stones or like crystals that look like or have the form like an egg, more or less. So it's that's what I mean by soft stone. It's not soft, but it is not edgy. It's not sharp. That's what I mean. So it really feels good in your hand, and when you lie on it, you feel it, and you wake up, but you're not hurting yourself. Cutting yourself because of that. That's what I mean.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Yeah, meditation is also very, very important, and the feedback from many people is I never believed it before I tried it. It's really so helpful. It changed my life to do meditation. There are many different kinds of meditation. Sitting down, lying down, steering on a candle, or whatever you want to do. I want to go do deep and find the form of meditation you like. For years, I was a huge fan of the dynamic meditation by Osho, dancing wild and crazy with loud music, and you sweat, and you really get exhausted in sweat. And when you get exhausted in sweat, and you're calming down, and you get more focused on settled. So you can try different stuff out, but I really encourage you, meditate on the daily base. Meditate on a daily base, especially in the morning. Before I get up out of the bed, when I wake up, before I get out of bed and I feed the cat, sometimes a little bit struggle with my little bastard. He leaves me alone, but I just grab him and hold him, and then we meditate together. So I'm really a huge fan of meditation. I highly recommend meditation, and find out the form of meditation you like. Maybe it's a sitting meditation, or I practice a long time for my teacher Natan, the walking meditation. So you walk and you do one step really consciously, and breathing in one step, breathing out another step. You do it barefoot on a nice ground, on the beach, on a sandy beach, or on a lawn, on a smooth one. There are different forms of meditation. It doesn't matter what it is, but make meditation at least 10 to 15 minutes on a daily routine, on a daily morning routine, if you don't have a morning routine already. Relationships, shortly, if you're in a toxic relationship, get out of it as soon as possible. Really, we know this from scientific. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for your brain. It's really not good. It's not good because we know that emotional stress, especially out, not from business, from work, but emotional stress from relationships produces a hell. And believe me, you cannot smoke so many cigarettes. But it's not that you should start smoking, okay? But you can't smoke so many cigarettes. Then emotional stress is producing free radicals. Cigarettes are very bad, no doubt on that. Yeah, very bad. But emotional stress, we know it from, there's a lot of research done on this, produces a lot of free radicals, and it's really hurting you. And there are also some, I was reading some papers about people suffering from dementia and stuff, and this, most of them didn't have a healthy relationship. Okay, because in a healthy relationship, you do stuff together. Yeah, you eat maybe healthier, you exercise together, you do different stuff together in a healthy relationship, and this means there's an impact on your brain. So avoid or step out of not a relationship in general, but a toxic relationship. Very, very important. Yeah, and last but not least, about food supplements. That's what I learned is we can do a lot, but as we all find out, Dr. JACALYN, the world is fast moving. We have a lot of toxic in our diet, in our food, especially when you eat processed food or when you eat in a restaurant. We have a lot of toxic stuff in body care products. we want to be clean and look good, and people don't realize how many chemicals are in their lipsticks, in their shampoo, when they're coloring their hair or whatever. So or also in all the cleaning stuff you're using at home, and most people don't know that when you clean something, even the liquid form, some of it transforms into a gas, and it's still in the air. You can smell it, or you don't smell it, but it's still there. So we have a lot of a lot of chemicals, a lot of toxic stuff around us. When you live on a road with a lot of traffic or stuff like that. I remember when I was talking to my grandmama when she was alive about a healthy lifestyle. She said, you know what? When I was a kid, there was also cars, but where she was living in the small village, we had a car, maybe one or two, passing our house a day or a week. We're talking about the 50s. Yeah, now there's so many cars. So there's a lot of pollution going around outside, but we also bring a lot of pollution with bad food or with pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals, by the way, also are toxic. You have a little large package of side effects, but also cleaning stuff, cleaning materials, but also all the beauty materials. If you don't buy really good stuff, there is a lot of chemicals inside. So we have really, your body's still really suffering. I mean, by the way, we're still surviving, but your body is suffering, and you have to help the body to get this stuff out of the body, because we know your liver is suffering, but also your brain is suffering from that. So it's really helpful to bring up some supplements that helps you to detox your body, first of all, and also helps that your brain, and I mean and all your cells in your brain, there are billions of cells, yeah, your mitochondria are working properly. That's very, very important. Working properly. Your cells, your mitochondria have to work properly, and we know that this can be supported by taking supplements. And that's what I do. I take supplements since 29 years, and I also take special supplements just for my brain. So maybe get started into this, and I'll show a little bit what is helpful. So when we focus on the good, as I said in the beginning, what are the essential in the life? And an essential life is living a fulfilled, happy life. And to live a fulfilled, happy life, it's all about, the result is all about making good choices. Yeah. you need to learn to weigh your options and make smart decisions. It's all about making smart decisions, and sometimes smart decisions are not the easygoing one like your friends and neighbors or family does. Maybe it's a different way, like I did, but it was a smart decision. And I will be 60 next year, and I really feel good. I'm healthy. I don't take any medications, not at all. I go twice a year to the dentist, cleaning up my teeth. I don't have no fillers, no bridges, nothing. And this is not by chance, or this is not by my genes. My parents, by the way, they had both very bad teeth, or even not their own ones at the end. It's not about the genes, and it's not about that. It's all about taking care about myself. I have a gene deformation, but I don't fix it with medication. I fix it with a healthy lifestyle. That's what I learned. So it's all about making good choices, making smart decisions, and in everything in your life. And the same is with your health. It's try to eat smart and live healthy. And I know that it's not always easy because we live in a healthy lifestyle, but there are working, affordable, and practical solutions out of the market, and we would be stupid if we wouldn't use them. So what we do is we need to eat much healthier, and what's very, very important for your brain is omega fatty acids. Maybe you heard about it, omega fatty acids. They became more popular, but I remember I always got it also as a kid, a spoonful of this fish liver. It tasted awful, it smelled awful, but I always got it from my grandma every single day. So omega acid, but the good news is there's a better solution. Okay, if you don't like this fishy one,
no liver for me.
Yeah, no liver for me
Roland,
too.
I just want to say hi. Someone just made a comment. I don't know how to say your name. Njobi Noah, watching from Uganda, East Africa, in the Jinja. I don't know if I said that right either. District. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi to Uganda. Hi to Uganda, Africa. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so we need to eat better, and the point is very, very important. Besides having the macros, the carbs, proper protein, proper fat, the macros we also need omega fatty acids, because they are very, very important for our brain, for our vision, and also for vision, for see. And most people think it's only for brain, yeah, for brain, yes, but also for your eyes, seeing well, and also we know it from scientific studies for your heart too. That's very, very important. So let's have a look at omega acids. And as I said at the beginning, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I tried out different diets. I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I love vegan and vegetarian food, yes, but I'm not a vegan or vegetarian. I love fish too. I love seafood, but to be honest, I reduced seafood and fish. I enjoy it sometimes, but I know because the sea is very polluted. We have, maybe you heard about all this plastic waste and this microplastics that we have in fish right now. I remember Dr. JACALYN, when we interviewed Amaya Rodriguez from the Gravity Wave. Yeah, what she's doing, and she does an amazing job with her company. She has 4,000 or 5,000 fishermen under contract to put all these fish nets out from the Mediterranean Sea, put it out, recycle it, produce durable product. And she said she's not eating fish anymore because there's so much plastic in the sea and it ends up in the fish. So we all thought that eating fish is so healthy because of the omega acids. Yes, in theory, yes, but unfortunately the fish is so polluted. That's one point. There's too much microplastic in it. So you get all this microplastic into your body when you eat fish. I do it sometimes. I eat it because I love it. I actually, yesterday in Nazaré, had an amazing calamar, grilled calamar. I absolutely enjoyed it. So I eat it once in a while, but I don't eat it on a daily basis like I did before. And the microplastic. And the other ways, when you do some research, is that when we compare it to 80 to 100 years ago, we have about 90% less fish in the ocean than we had 180 to 100 years ago. So it's too much fishing. So that the sea and all the animals have to recover. So what's the solution? And the solution is to still get this omega acids. We already know that we also can get it from plant-based sources, and that's the good news. We can get it from plant-based sources because where does the fish, for example, the sardine, the mackerel, or what is very high in omega acid, the salmon, where do they get it? It's just not coming out from the water. They get it because they eat algae. They get it from algae, or they eat animals that ate algae before, when you see this food chain. So it comes from algae. So I found the product because I did a lot of research and I was looking for, okay, omega acids are important. I don't like taste of the fish. Secondly, I know that fish is polluted with all these microplastics, and last but not least, there's not enough fish in the sea anymore, and I prefer to see them swimming in the sea than having them on the plate. So I did some research, and I found the product that is really plant-based and it's working, and it's made of algae oil. That's where the fish, the salmon, the mackerel, and some of the sardines get the omega acids. It's made out of pomegranate seed oil. Also about sea buckhorn berry oil, black currant seed oil, and safflower oil. So these are the resources where this company is using for that's what they told me. It's all organic. It's all non-GMO or organic. So that's their source to produce an omega product that is full, that is rich, that is working, that's practical, but it's not out of fish. It's plant-based, and that's what I really enjoy. As I say, I'm not a vegetarian. It's a good news for vegetarian and vegans. I am not, but I also enjoy a vegan product on this side. So this blend, what I'm taking since many years is as I said, it's a blend-based mix of omega acid acid. And what's very important, it's not only omega-3, it's a mixture, very well balanced. It's also important. Do your research on omega, that you have a good balance between specialist vision 3 and 6, but there are more out of that. So it really has a good plant-based mixed on omega-3 and 6, but also on 5, 7, and 9. And as I said, they're coming from algae, fruits, and seeds. So it's a good range. And actually, this company chose algae instead of fish because they provide a much purer, sustainable source of omega-3, as I said before, because the fish is also eating algae to have the omega. So why eat the fish? You can directly eat the omega. It does make more sense for me. It at least makes more sense. And these oils out of the seeds or from this algae, they're encapsulated in a vegetarian capsule. So not in a capsule that is made out of how to call it, from pork or from beef. So it's a vegetarian capsule, and it's made out of tapioca starch, and these two halves are fused together using a new, I would say, state-of-the-art process that avoids that the capsules that the oil gets out and you have no taste, no smell. But actually it tastes good. Some by mistake I bite into the capsule before I swallow it, and it has a really nice flavor. It's really good. And by the way, I know some ladies are opening the capsule and using the oil under their eyes against wrinkles. Should work. That's what it told me. Okay, so that's about the background of the product, and it's a very high standard process how they do it. And actually, what I really like that there, as it's on the slide, they have absolutely a zero compromise philosophy. So it's 100% vegan and plant-based. So no fish, Dr. JACALYN. Really, it's the original omega-3 source, as I said, from the algae, from the fish, and it has a wide range of all the other ones, also the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 9. Wherever you're listening or joining us or watching us, do your research on omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. It's not only 3 and 6, there are more than that. We know that these are scientifically proven ingredients, so it's working, and it's pure. So there are no artificial additives, there are no colorant, and it's very minimal on a low temperature processed oil, not on a high heat, and then everything is destroyed. So it's a really absolutely top quality on this product, and I'm taking it every single day. So when and how much should I take? The company suggests 2 capsules a day with a large glass of water. I started like this, and then I had a conversation with a friend of mine. He's a very famous doctor in Austria, and we are friends since almost 30 years, and he is for me a role model, because he's not only a medical doctor, he lives what he's teaching. He's He's a little bit older than me. He's also very sportive. He runs every day. He eats very healthy. Sometimes when we go out for dinner, we also enjoy a nice steak or a glass of wine, or sometimes he enjoys a cigar. But he also says 80-85% is healthy lifestyle, and he really lives it on a daily basis. He's a very good medical doctor. And he's also taking this product. And I said, Roland, to be honest, take as much as possible. You cannot overdose it. Your brain, your health, your heart will benefit if you don't take only 2 capsules, take 4 to 6 or even more. So I triple it. I take 6 every day. I know it's more spending on money, but I think it's a good investment, because if I don't invest the money in my health, maybe I will invest it in some medical research, some medical surgery, or in some pharmaceuticals, what I absolutely don't like. So I invested in, I take 6 capsules a day, every day, because that's what I learned from my friend and my doctor. I trust him because he's a role model. He's not just telling something and living the opposite way, what I many times see. And I said, okay, I believe here, Stefan. He said, Roland, I did a lot of research on that, on omega. Go high dose, go high dose. It's so important. And I was reading a book by Dr. Alberto Villalobos and Dr. David Perlmutter, and they also suggest high dose to have the DHA, so a high dose. So the company says 2 a day is the minimum, but I recommend a high dose on it.
So Roland, a quick question I have for you on this one. Is I've heard also on our platform, like vitamin D, that there's a certain recommendation, but take a high dose because we're not getting it. So how do we, as lay people, regular people, know? Because everything starts to interact with each other. Do we just go by how our body feels if we increase the dose? So let's say we increase the number of capsules here for omega, and then we increase vitamin D, for example. Could they possibly have some negative impact on one another?
What I always suggest is when you start with a new product, for example, with this omega or whatever it is, go with a normal dose and then increase it slowly. Not from the beginning at a high dose, because your body's not used to it, and it doesn't make any sense. The thing is, a product has to be bioavailability, meaning when you take something, when we take not only your blood but your cells, then we have to find the ingredients in your cells. This is bioavailability. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. So when you're not used on good nutrition, when you're not used on good supplements, when you're not used to it, your body cannot digest it and absorb it in the beginning. So it takes slowly. It's a slowly process, especially when you really have a lot of toxic stuff of it. You have to first of all detox, get rid of this detox stuff. So start with a normal dose, what each of the different companies is suggesting, and then go slowly higher. So, for example, with these omegas or the supplements I take, I always tell my clients, go for at least 2 to 4 weeks on the recommended dose, and then go up slowly and see, is there different? Is there benefit? Yes or no? But first of all, your body has to get used to it. You have to feel the difference, that you feel better, and it takes some time. Yeah, because we know when you have a bad lifestyle for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years, or even longer, it takes, of course, time. So start with a normal dose, and then if you want, when it makes sense for you, for whom it makes sense to have a higher dose. When you have a lot of stress, I said, emotional stress, get rid of your partner. Sometimes it's not possible, but a lot of stress or stress in your job. When you're a smoker, when you have to take medication for any reasons, they're toxic too. We know there's a lot of side effects. When you do a lot of sports, of course, the more you breathe, the more also free radicals you produce. So when you have, or when you're pregnant, for example, you have to feed for 2. When you're in one of these groups, it makes sense to increase the dose, but not from the beginning. Start slowly.
Follow-up question, I'll just make it quick, is we talked on the other show about intermittent fasting. So if a person or persons are eating once a day or maybe twice a day, and the supplements are supposed to be taken with food, let's say you're fasting for 16 hours, 18 hours, is it okay to take supplements without taking any food?
Absolutely. Well, depending on the supplements I take, like this omega capsules and all the other, the fruits, the berries, and the vegetable companies, I also taking my fasting days, because I also do full fasting days twice a month, always on the 11th day after full moon, and that's from a shamanic background. On the 11th day after the full moon, we know that there's a lot of benefits, and the 11th day of the new moon, I do a total fasting, just water. Maybe in the evening when I feel a little bit cold, I go for a herbal tea. Mostly I have a ginger tea. But I take my supplements, yes. I don't take any shakes or stuff like that. No shakes, no protein bars, stuff like that. But I take my supplements, yes, my normal ones. And I take it, and I also take it on a higher dose, even the other ones too, on a higher dose to help my body detoxing.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
And by the way, when I go to a spa for a sauna, when I go for sweating, I also go for a higher dose because sauna, the sweating through your skin is also detoxing you through your skin. I also go on a higher dose and support my body in the sweating process to get rid of the toxic.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Yeah, so at the end, as I always say, it's all about making choices. It's all making good food choices, and because they are the base of good health condition. It's not your genes. I mean, I mentioned the other show. I don't know if I mentioned in the show too. I also has a gene defect. I got it from my mom. So my body cannot. My body is storing iron like crazy. So most people don't have enough iron. I have an iron like crazy. And the problem is that if I wouldn't do something, I would suffer that my organs will not work functionally, and then you pass away. It goes within a few days. It just check out. And I don't take any medication. I remember I went to the wrong doctor and I said no red meat and no spinach. What the fuck are you telling me? What a stupid thing. So it's not about the red meat with the iron and the spinach. It's absolutely not true. It's absolutely not true. Dr. Jekyll, I eat really. Actually, tomorrow we're gonna have a 1 kilo tomahawk and 2 pound tomahawk again. No, I stay with the red grass-fed beef. I sometimes have spinach. No. I was just Googling and I found out three of my friends, by the way, suffering from the same. It was just I know, and 2 of them still didn't listen to the doctors. Don't take any medication. They do bloodletting every few weeks and make blood analyze and bloodletting. So your body's reproducing your blood and gets better, and they are still fine. And the other guy, he was the youngest of the 4 of us. He did not. He followed the doctors and he went to the hospital, and in 2 days he checked out, meaning he passed away.
Oh my gosh.
54. So it's really not a funny to see this. But I want to tell you, our audience, I always hear yes, the genes, please, yes, but it doesn't mean that you have to suffer. It's all about choices. When your genes are not working well, okay, do something differently. Do everything that is possible for you on a daily basis to support your body, to support the immune system, to support your body. Yeah. When you already have problems, support your body. Do the best. You can do it. I know I'm working together with many doctors worldwide, and they always told me, genes, yes, they have an impact, but it doesn't mean that you give up. Absolutely not. You can do it. You can help it. You can do it. You can make it better. Absolutely. You cannot reverse it 100%, but you can make it better. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's my genes. I give you a different example, but I always hear from obese people, my kids, my parents are obese, so that's why the kids are obese. No, the kids are obese because the parents feed the kid. We know this. It's not nothing to do with our genes. There are some exceptions. Yes, are very, very few, but the rest is just they eat too much and they eat the wrong stuff. And then sometimes, I go to the supermarket because I need toilet paper or buy bottled water, stuff like that, because all the other stuff I buy fresh on a farmer's market or somewhere. But sometimes I go to the supermarket, and when I look, especially on the weekend when a family is shopping, I said, no wonder that you don't feel good. No wonder that you're obese. No wonder that you're high sugar. No wonder that you have a blood pressure issue. Absolutely no wonder. When I look in what you're buying, the scrap what you're buying, no wonder at all. No wonder at all. Sorry for that, but that's the truth.
Say it as it is.
Yeah, it is like it is. So again, so we know that high dose on omega on this DHA contributes to maintain a normal brain function. It maintains a normal vision, especially good for your eyes too, and it also contributes to a good normal heart function. That's very important. So it's also protecting your heart. So
Roland,
starting,
sorry. So I know you touched on this just briefly, but so when a person starts to take these supplements, the ones that you're taking, for example, if they are doing all the right things, when should they see some type of result? Should they feel it immediately the day that they take the first dose, or well, how does that work?
That's a good question, Dr. Jacalyn. First of all, it's not a miracle pill. Some people, always the short way. I don't want to work out. Give me an example. I want to lose weight. Or I don't know. I ate crap for 20 years. Now give me a miracle. It's not a miracle pill. It's nature. It's omega acids from plants, or the other product what you mean is from fruits, vegetables, and berries that we had a show before. It takes your time, and everybody's different. It depends on your age. It also depends on your sex, if you're male or female. It depends on the stress level. As I said before, you smoke or non-smoker, you have emotional stress or not, you're on medication, yes or not, you're doing a lot of sports, yes or not, you're obese, yes or not. So, and also what you're eating on a daily basis. So it depends on different factors. I have friends of mine, a very good friend of mine, a banker. They work in a bank in South Styria, and he called me. I guess 4 or 5 days. I had to brought it just 4 or 5 days. Really not a long time taking it. And said, Roland, I have to quit my newspaper output that comes on a regular basis. And I said, why are you telling me this? Yeah, because in the morning I do my business, boom, I go, bam, boom. I don't have to read the newspaper for half an hour. I'm done. And this is a huge benefit for him because he always had problems with the digestion system. So some people get an immediate result. She became a very good friend. She was introduced by a business partner to me, and she had issues with skin issues, cirrhosis, okay, call it. So she was always wearing gloves. She was using a lot of cream with what's in this cream?
Collagen.
Yeah, stuff like that. And it was cream, and it didn't work. And she tried this, and she tried this, and she was really suffering. She tried the product. She's still on the product, and she took the product. And after 9 months, no clothes, no cream, nothing. So it really depends. And I got my feedback after 4 months that people say, Roland, you look better, you look more healthy. What I found out, actually, my barber said, Roland, do you realize that you come more often? And I said, I realize it with my beard that's growing faster. I don't see it with the hair because, I said, yeah, you come more often to it. So your hair is growing better, the beard is growing faster. And what I saw, when I had really quick results is I had always these white spots in my nails that are gone, and they don't break. My nails are stronger, and I always was suffering from herpes on my lips. And when you're suffering from it, it's not fun. It doesn't look good. It's not fun. My gosh, since more than 28 years, no more herpes around my lips, and not on my nose was even more painful. So that's what I got results immediately. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. I highly suggest to people who are starting with the supplements is write down what you want to change. I mean, when you're bald, no hairs are growing. Okay, sorry. But write down, because when you don't have let's say perfect lifestyle, it's slowly, we're getting older, it slowly gets worse. It's not from the day tomorrow. Even when you have a heart attack, it's not because you did something wrong a minute before or yesterday. It's the cause and effect of maybe 20 years doing wrong stuff. Yeah, it's not happening from today to tomorrow. So, and it goes slowly. When you're gaining weight, when you're getting older, it's not that you're always slim and fit and then the next day you're obese. No, it's slowly. And the real thing is also getting slowly. I said it's not a miracle pill. It gets slowly. If there's a miracle stuff out that promises it, it's not lasting long. Okay, it's getting slowly, and so even when we don't feel that it's getting worse, we also don't feel it when you're really connected with your body. You don't feel that it's getting better, and then it's good to write it down and make notes that I don't use my morning newspaper anymore. Stuff like that. Just write it down. On my teeth, or you're always bleeding when you're brushing teeth. Stuff like write it down, and always watch it every 2-4 weeks. Is it better? Yes or no? Then you get results. You will see it absolutely. But everyone is reacting differently.
Great answer. Thanks so much. And it looks like we're going to have Power Up Your Brain Part 3 because it's already time for the men's show.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. No, we are through. I guess we are through. We are
Oh, we're
through.
through.
So
Okay. Perfect.
yeah, we are
Perfect.
through, and really, people, I highly recommend it. Power up your brain. You need your brain, and the smarter you are, you make smarter decisions in your life. Maybe you will be more successful in business, or you're smart in your relationships, or maybe even when you play music or you do arts or whatever you're doing. It's absolutely helpful to have a powered up brain. Absolutely.
Power up your brain. Go for it. I love it. All right. So, for people who are interested in powering up their brain, let's give your contact information.
Yeah, but the easiest way is contact me, or even USA Global TV and Radio Dr. JACALYN. We all can help you out to get this product. It's what we both highly recommend, Dr. JACALYN, myself, and many others around the globe. When you want to contact me, it's my website. It's my name, roland.friedl.com. I will spell it for you guys. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. But also, please contact Dr. JACALYN, USA Global TV, especially when you're from the US, from Canada. She can help you that you get your supplements to power up your brain and have a healthier and fitter lifestyle.
Absolutely. And I'll put my contact information into the comments as well. So thank you, Roland, for another powerful session. And the men's show is coming up right after this. If you'd like to tell people what they can expect from that episode, that would be terrific.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm running 3 shows today. That's amazing. What an amazing Wednesday here in Portugal, in a beautiful city. By the way, I'm on a camping site that's not existing anymore. So there was a camping site, but now it's a wild camping site. Everybody stays for free here. There's no reception anymore. I stay in this beautiful. I look at this. You can see it, guys, but the old city and the castle, everything is light, there's light on it. It's just amazing, beautiful outside. Anyway, so the men's show. So the next show, Wild at Heart. This is the weekly men's show. Wild at Heart, real, authentic, and uncut. This is a show for men, by men, about men, here on USA Global TV and Radio. And the idea is from my men's work I'm doing, is that men need men to talk, and men should learn to talk. Like I had the pain in my ass to learn in my previous relationship, to learn about talking about my inner world, to really build up intimacy with my partner, for example. So this is the show. We discuss different topics. I guess it's already show number almost 40 or something like that. And it's not me alone. We're a bunch of men, different backgrounds, different ages, different parts of the world. We come together and we discuss a topic. And this topic was suggested by my German panelist, Christian. It's how about when a relationship is really 50-50? And I'm looking forward to that, because we are not always, and that's the funny part and the interesting part, we are not always the same opinions. So it's really a good discussion. And follow us, Wild at Heart, here at USA Global TV and Radio. It's not only for men, just for women too. You can listen secretly and learn what men are talking about, and maybe it's a benefit for your relationship too.
Thanks so much, Roland. Just as we close out quickly, I remember someone told me, I was getting divorced at the time, and this couple had been married for 50 years at that point in time. And I said, what's the secret that you two are still together and so happy? And she said, the secret is it's 70-30. And I said, what do you mean? She said, the woman does 70% of the work and the man does 30. So I smiled and said, yeah, I'm not getting on that boat. That ship can keep sailing as far as I'm concerned. But that was her perspective of what made the relationship work. So I look forward to hearing the discussion.
Well, but we say in Austria, God, please keep the health and the works force of my wife. No, we talk about 50-50 balance. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. I look forward to it. So, all right, we're going to close out now. We'll be back right after this with the show Wild at Heart. And for this show, the Majorca Connection, you can find us next week, same place. And if you want to have more information about the supplements, you can go ahead and contact me. I have put my information right here. You can contact me at Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks so much. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye, Roland.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.